played this game where you're shown an extremely zoomed in picture of something and you try to guess just what it is that you're looking at. Let's play really quickly. The reason we have trouble telling what the object is not because we're too far away or because the image is blurry, but simply because we're too close. This is the very same thing that happens with life. While the universe has existed for a long, long time, you've only seen a few brief years of it. As far as a timeline goes, regardless of how old you think the Earth is, your life doesn't even register as a tiny dot. Not even close, in fact. And yet that's all you've witnessed of human existence. So it's no great wonder that so many people are confused about life or unsure about what kind of story they've fallen into. It's like we've walked into a movie halfway through and don't have a clue what's going on. In order to make a little sense, not just of your life, but of this thing we call the gospel, it's imperative that we zoom out and try to get a grasp of the story as a whole. The Bible, as well as modern physics, tells us that the earth had a beginning, and it will indeed have an end. To understand what the beginning was like, we need to define an extremely important Hebrew word, and that word is shalom. We translate shalom into English as peace, but that doesn't really come close to the full meaning of this word. Shalom isn't just the absence of violence, as we sometimes think of peace, but actually a complete healthiness or flourishing in 4 key relationships. Shalom means peace in our relationship with God, peace in our relationship with other people, peace in our relationship with ourselves, and peace in our relationship with nature or the world around us. How does our story begin? Well, we're told our story begins in shalom. Okay, cut it out. In fact, Genesis 1 paints a picture of Adam and Eve, the very first people, living in total shalom, in total peace in these 4 relationships in the Garden of Eden. Adam actually walked with God in the garden. Adam and Eve were given each other to love and care for. The Bible says that though Adam and Eve were naked, they felt no shame. In other words, there was no negative self-consciousness, no self-esteem issues. They were completely at peace with themselves. And finally, Adam and Eve lived in this beautiful blossoming garden that God had given them. Shalom.